Chapter 8, The 3 Levels of Energy. Up and down and all around. Is that all there is to life? Okay, what if it's true that everybody has a dream? Let's say you decide to dust it off and get excited about chasing it. Who's to say that motivation's going to last? I mean, which of us hasn't made some big decision to quit smoking or lose weight or get in shape or read more books, only to wander off the path not to return for months? That's what gets discouraging. It causes us to doubt ourselves. It makes us wonder, even when we do see a possibility, whether we can trust ourselves to follow through on it. In fact, a lot of us are pretty sure we won't. We've fallen off the motivational wagon way too many times before, and we have a track record of interrupted attempts at a lot of things, so why should we try again and add another disappointment to the list? Is that too honest for you? Maybe it's time we went ahead and got that honest on the front end rather than covering up our eyes with good intentions and blindly falling into all the same ditches we've been in before. What do you think? I know I've ridden that motivational roller coaster way too many times. Up and down, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It can be a rat race all its own. So, how do you get off the roller coaster and keep the ball rolling in the right direction until you get the result you're looking for? That's a good question. Not many people ever ask it. You're already in the upper regions of successful thinkers just probing into that dilemma. Most folks get discouraged and settle in at mediocrity. Their conditioning keeps them from going very far outside the lines. Or if they wander temporarily, it keeps them coming back where they belong. What I've found out is that there are 3 levels of energy that drive people, and what their life becomes is actually determined by the one they choose. If you can determine what level of energy you're living at right now, you can look and see where you want to go from there, or if you're happy staying where you are. The lowest level of energy is maintenance. That's the everyday energy level where you find most folks. They go to work, do their job, eat lunch, go back to work, go home, do the dinner, the kid thing, go to church, watch TV, pick up the cleaning, fix the car, pay the bills. You know the routine. Just keeping things steady, status quo. Every now and then they do something special just to spice things up. Maybe a movie or a night out, a church retreat, a ski trip in the mountains for a day or two. Something to look forward to. If you graph the energy at this lower level, it's a circle. Home to work, work to home, round and round, with a few blips here and a few blips there, so it won't be too boring. It doesn't take a lot of spark to keep that going. It runs on inertia. What's in motion tends to stay in motion, and conditioning keeps you in the lines. You're part of the tribe. You're normal. The second level of energy is motivation. You have a goal. You want to accomplish something. While the first level of energy is about maintaining, this level is about improving things. That's when you decide you'll get in shape or drop some weight, feel good again, join a fitness club. You're revved. You work out. You're sore. It hurts. You go again. Maybe you even keep it up for a while, a week or two. But then something interrupts. Your mother comes to visit. The workload doubles at the office. There's a crisis at home. You catch a cold. Whatever it is, you interrupt your motion toward your goal, and somehow, guess what? You never reinstate it. That's the roller coaster, up and down. If you graph out this level of energy, it looks exactly like that, up and down, like the stock market, highs and lows. Maybe that's why 95% of all investors never get ahead financially. They don't stay the course. They ride the roller coaster for a while, and then they get off. And when you get off, guess what? You lose. The third level of energy is inspiration. Whereas the first 2 levels of energy revolve around you, it's not true here. Maintenance and motivation are about getting something for yourself. Maintenance is about your survival and comfort. Motivation is about improvement and personal goals. But inspiration, it's a whole nother kind of energy. It's about giving, not getting. It's about making a difference. It's not really about comfort or improvement for yourself, although they often do show up more as a byproduct than a focus. If you draw a graph of inspirational energy, it looks like the growth curve of a successful business. It begins slowly, gradually, then it gains momentum until it goes straight up. If you've ever seen the launch of the space shuttle, you've seen exactly how it works. 90% of the fuel is spent in the first few seconds, and it gets the shuttle only about 12 feet off the ground. It takes the rest of the fuel to get it on out through the atmosphere. But after that, its own momentum carries it around the earth as many times as we desire, with no fuel at all. That's how it works. It won't take any extra energy for you to keep that space shuttle you call your life safely on the ground. That's level 1, and most people live there. Only a minority take their lives to level 2. And if they do, it'll take most of their energy just getting 12 feet off the ground. That's called motivation, level 2. And most of them will fall back over and over. Some will quit trying and decide it isn't worth it. But there is another level of energy in life. And when you decide to go for that one, everything you ever dreamed of will be there for you. The biggest dream inside you, the dream of making great things happen for someone besides you, that's the dream God gave you. And that's the dream that lives at level 3. It's the one that will fulfill your mission. It's the reason you came here. And if you miss it, you will have missed your life. So how do you go from 1 to 2 to 3? What's the process? It's simple, really. First, you decide to. No one changes their level of energy without a decision. It won't creep up on you by accident. It will be a conscious, volitional move on your part. You just decide you're not satisfied with where you are, that you can be more. Second, you connect with people who live there already. Obviously, they won't be the majority, but you'll know who they are. One of them probably gave you this book or sent you this audio. And if you hang around with us, you'll meet quite a few more, but we are definitely the minority, and that's okay. Third, you feed yourself at that level of energy. You filter your input. Turn off the radio and the TV and plug in an audio that teaches you something. Turn off the TV, I say it again. Quit scrolling on social media and play a video that makes you think or fills you with hope and inspiration. Turn off the music that doesn't lift you up and put on some that does. Get rid of the toxins in your mind, the negative self-talk, the I can't do this. Replace all that with positive. Listen constantly to the ones who have achieved what you are shooting for. They did it, so can you. The space shuttle really does fly, but first you have to get it through the atmosphere. Fourth, you give it away. The 12th step of Alcoholics Anonymous is one of the most crucial steps in keeping recovering alcoholics sober. It's the giving away step, helping others who want their sobriety to find the path. No one stays at level 2 or level 3 without sharing it. You will stay at the level of energy you give away. I'll say that again. You will stay at the level of energy you give away. It can't be otherwise. That's it. Take this to heart and it will change your life, I guarantee it. Jesus said once, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." I always wondered what exactly he meant by that, but now I know. He lived at level 3, His space shuttle was way on out there. And that's where we can be too, if we're willing to make the trip. It's the life we were born to live. But whether we live it or not, that's up to us.